We're about to install this rough country lift kit, 2.5 inches. First thing you gotta want to do is jack up the car from the front, secure it, both sides. First things first, we're gonna go ahead and remove the sway bar link. It's an 18 millimeter. You're gonna need a socket and a wrench. Now we're gonna go ahead and remove the lower bolt on the shock. We're gonna want to repeat this on the other side as well. Just like that. Now with a 10 millimeter socket, now you're gonna just remove this right here. Now we gotta remove the springs on both sides. What I do, I just press down with my foot and remove it from the bottom. Now we go ahead and install these bad boys right here. They go up in the front. Now what y'all gonna do is just remove this piece right here. Put this guy up. Put it back on. That should be stay there. That's how it should look. Now we get ready to put the springs back on. Now the springs, you gotta put them back on the same way they came out. Just like this. Now you fly on the bottom. Like that. Now you see this part of the spring right here, that you gotta align it right here where it ends, right here. You gotta make sure you align it. Obviously this is from the other side, but just giving you a demonstration. Same again, you just do the repeat, same thing you did as the other one. You just put the spring on, make sure that it aligns with the top piece, and apply it down. Just like that. Make sure the top and the bottom are in line. They're not, they'll fall off. Now we're gonna go ahead and install these brake line extensions. Now this is just gonna go right here, like this. It'll look just like that. I mean, this is an 11 millimeter bolt, and this is the regular 10 bolt I used. Now this right here, I just pretty much just practically put it in there, that way it's not flopping all over the place. You don't want to have it too stretched out where you put it right here. Now we're gonna go ahead and add these shock extensions. We're gonna need this, the cylinder that's gonna go right here in the center, this screw, and this one right here. Alright, so look like that. You're gonna need this right here is a 19, 18 right here in the back. Right here it's at 13 and 13 on the bottom. Alright, should look like that. Now all we do is jack up the car and put the tires on. Now these front sway bar links, don't worry about those. The kit comes with brand new rear sway bar links, so I usually just replace the rear ones towards the front and just put the new ones in the back. Alright, same thing in the back. Jack it up both sides and remove the wheels. Now we're gonna go ahead and remove this 18 millimeter bolt right here from the shock and the 16 millimeter bolts all the way. Those two on top. In order for us to access this guy right here to remove the sway bar link. Then after that, I'm gonna remove this 10 millimeter bolt for the extension for the brake line. If you want to completely remove this sway bar link, you can. You're going to need it for the front either way. Now you want to do the same steps for the opposite side. Now we're going to go ahead and remove this bolt right here from the track bar. That way it has more flexibility. Now you just lower the jack. These should just slide right off like this. Now we're going to go ahead and install these bad boys right here in the back. We'll need this, and this guy. Gotta put the screw on, that way you don't struggle, just like that. And then this is gonna go like this. Just right there, just like that. But first, I'm gonna go ahead and put this right here. First, you're gonna put it here, behind. Just like that. Like that. This bad boy, just screw on here, just gotta hold it. You put your spring back on, make sure the top part is aligned with the end of the resort, the end of the spring right here. And repeat with the next side. This end goes right here. You just install it back on. It's the original boot. Now we just slowly jack it up. Make sure the center is there. That way it doesn't go inside. Slowly. Make sure you check on both sides. Now we're gonna go ahead and install these rear shock extenders with the bolts that come in the kit. Now it should just look like this when you install it. Goes on top, and just on the bottom, just normal. Alright, should look just like that. One thing I forgot to mention, these are 17mm bolts, so not the stock 16mm bolts I used. It was the ones that came in the kit. Now we're going to put together these sway bar links with the screws that came in the kit. Okay, so in the bag there's 4 screws, 4 nuts, 8 washers, so two for each screw. That way it goes one on the front and one in the back, like this. You're gonna do it like that for all of them, and these bad boys, you just push them in here. But first, I like to put a little grease on here, that way just slide right in. Also, if you don't want to be struggling forcing those in with a hammer or whatever, I suggest you get yourself one of these bad boys. They literally just slides right in with. Alright, so this is how it should look, nice and flush, feel me? Sorry I couldn't show you guys when I was doing that. I couldn't hold my phone and I had to use both hands for this. Alright, now we go ahead and install these bad boys in the rear with those bolts that were given in the kit. Now these bad boys just gonna sit right here like this. Now keep in mind, you gotta make sure the washer's on one side and the other side. Alright, now that we're here right now, we might as well put these brackets here, the extensions, for the brake lines. Again, we use the original screw on top and the screw that was given in the kit on the bottom. And do the repeat on the opposite side. Now we're gonna go ahead and install the track bar bracket. This should go something like this. This should just sit right on top of it. The hole where the original one would just, we're just gonna screw it on there, obviously. First, we're just gonna put a couple screws right here, the ones that come in the kit. We're not gonna tighten it or anything, just till we confirm it. And then up on top, like right here, we're gonna make a dot. we're gonna mark it, and then we're gonna drill it and make a hole for the. All right, just like that. Again, they're not tight, they're just on there. That way I can use this and mark the top where I'm gonna drill. All right, now we remove the bracket. Now we go ahead and get ready to drill the hole right there on my blue dot. I'm using a 3/8 drill drive. All right, just like that. There's a screw. Now it fits right in. Now we just put the washer and the nut in the bottom. All right, almost there. Now we're gonna go ahead and put this guy through where it used to go, where the track bar used to be. But first we're gonna go ahead and put this sleeve in between here. It'll go in here. That way it doesn't press in when you tighten the bolt. All right, that's how it should look. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put the rear sway bar links up in the front, like I said earlier in the video. All right, we're gonna go ahead and install the rear sway bar links up in the front now, and this is why. This is the front one before. Now, and this is the rear one, which is not gonna be up in the front. As you can see, it's almost double the size. And they pretty much go the same. They don't change. Alright, it should look just like that. Just like that, you have installed a 2.5 inch lid.